In 2020, over 4 million people visited a single monument in New York Harbor without stepping inside, without even realizing what they were really looking at. They saw a statue, sure, but what they didn't see was a secret room, a broken chain, and a torch that no one's allowed to touch anymore. That's the Statue of Liberty, a national icon with stories most Americans have never heard. Let's unravel them. You've probably heard that the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to the United States, but here's what makes that gift fascinating. Back in the 1860s, a French political thinker named Edouard de La Boulaye had an idea. He wanted to celebrate America's commitment to democracy, especially after the abolition of slavery. His dream? A towering symbol of freedom that would unite two nations around shared ideals. The statue was designed by sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, and its internal framework was built by none other than Gustave Eiffel, the same mind behind the Eiffel Tower. But here's a twist. When France built the statue, they expected the US to build the pedestal. Spoiler alert, America struggled, money ran dry, Congress wasn't interested, so who stepped in? Joseph Pulitzer, the famous newspaper publisher. He launched a nationwide campaign encouraging Americans, especially working-class citizens, to donate. One young girl even sent in 60 cents with a note. "This is to help build the pedestal. It's all I have." That pedestal stands today because everyday Americans paid for it. Let's talk symbolize, because Lady Liberty isn't just standing there holding a torch, she's covered in messages. The crown. It has 7 spikes representing the 7 seas and 7 continents. That's not just decoration, it's global. It says liberty isn't just for America, it's for everyone. In her left hand, she holds a tablet inscribed with July 4th, 1776, America's birthday. But most people miss what's at her feet. A broken shackle and chain, partly hidden by her robe. It represents the end of tyranny, and for many, the abolition of slavery. That broken chain is rarely mentioned in school books, but it's one of the most powerful parts of her design. And the torch. It was meant to be climbed. Originally, visitors could go all the way up to the torch balcony and look out over the harbor. Not anymore. Since a mysterious explosion in 1916, the torch has been permanently closed to the public. The Statue of Liberty arrived in pieces, 350 of them, in 1885. It took months to assemble. When it was finally unveiled in October 1886, President Grover Cleveland called it a mighty woman with a torch, enlightening the world. But here's what's rarely told. Not everyone loved her. African-American newspapers pointed out that the statue's message of liberty didn't match the reality for millions living under Jim Crow laws. Suffragettes used the occasion to demand the right to vote, reminding America that liberty wasn't equally shared, even in 1886. So while Lady Liberty stood tall, the nation around her was still grappling with what freedom really meant. Between 1892 and 1954, more than 12 million immigrants arrived at nearby Ellis Island. And for them, the Statue of Liberty wasn't just a statue, it was the first thing they saw after weeks at sea. To immigrants fleeing war, famine, or persecution, she was hope. In fact, in 1903, a poem by Emma Lazarus was engraved on her pedestal. You've probably heard it before. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. That wasn't part of the original statue. It was added later, but it transformed what Lady Liberty meant to generations of Americans. It made her a mother, a protector, a symbol of second chances. Today, Lady Liberty is more than 300 feet tall from base to torch and weighs 225 tons. She's survived wars, terrorist threats, and hurricanes. But her greatest achievement? She still sparks conversation. From civil rights marches to political rallies, her image shows up again and again, not as decoration, but as a demand, a challenge, a promise. She's been replicated in over 40 countries. She's in movies, music videos, and tattoos. But at her core, she asks the same question: are we living up to what I represent? And that might be her real power. reminding every generation what liberty truly means. She's more than metal, more than history. She's America's mirror, and the reflection is up to us.